Check, check. Can you guys hear us on Zoom? Hey, Day, can you hear us? Check, check. Hey, Tati, can you hear me on the Zoom?
In the shadows. That a Lady Gaga song?
I put it in those 2 pages, right? Okay.
In the shallows. Oh, yeah, same thing.
I don't know what shallow is, but that's where it was.
You know, I'm a Chris Christopherson, Barbara Streisand,
Yeah,
Star is
but they
Born
did a
guy.
good job.
I didn't see it.
They really did.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
worth, it's worth watching.
All right.
I mean, it's the same.
If you're in that
story
mood,
we've
I don't
seen.
know how to get in that mood.
No, Gaga was great.
Who is
I
Gaga?
went to Magic Castle for the first time last
Say that one more time.
I went to Magic Castle for the first time last
Oh, you did? Invites only. Hi, Andy. Could you hear me? Yeah, I guess you can hear me.
I can hear you.
We gotta turn you up though.
No.
Andy, talk.
Hi, can you hear me?
You got that issue again.
Test,
We're
test.
working on it.
Where's everybody?
Here comes Rob. Everybody's moseying in. It's just starting the year. I was trying to get all pumped up.
All right. Hey,
You
Andy,
guys
can you
pumped
try
up.
talking again?
Yeah, can you hear me? Is that loud enough?
Talking Andy.
Charlotte, come here. So there's some quad in London. Huh?
Test,
Here comes
test.
Mr. Rob.
Come. Huh? No, you're like, you look
Can you hear me?
both like you look so good.
Can you hear me now?
I turned it up.
Test, test.
We need to bring out Brian for this, so you don't, hurt yourself.
Try no.
Huh?
No.
Test, test.
You don't think so?
Don't hurt myself.
All right, okay. All right, guys, we're working on while Ethan figures out the audio portion of our show.
Here, so there's
Um,
some rabbits on the screen.
Crap. Crap.
Oh, okay.
Nothing that-
I think it's, well, you know, you've obviously started your year in a timely manner, right? Where others may be dragging still a bit. But this is when the clock starts, right? If you worked on your business plan, the clock starts ticking on your results on January 1st, right? And one could argue that you really lay the groundwork for success in 2024, starting in September of 2023, right? It'd be on the 90-day cycle of still the isolation mode. And the 20-day the 90-day cycle of business, the work you put in today shows up as a result in 90 days. You know, if you want to start seeing results in January, then you have to start, am I?
You're not like,
Oh,
they
nobody
can
sees me.
see you, yeah.
Okay. Where if you want the results in January, then you really have to start putting the work in September and October. And so to that point, I hope that you're putting that work in. You know, I've gotten feedback from a couple of my top agents who met the challenges and or got inspired by the challenges of 2023 and reached out in a relational way over the last few months. And, in some cases, like, Charlotte was saying that, in the first week of January, she received a handful of calls from potential clients, right?
It was literally like, I don't know about you guys, but the day after Christmas.
They started to roll in. Yeah, so,
crazy.
and what were those opportunities like? Were they buyer opportunities? Were they seller opportunities?
Both.
Both.
People, I think with the drop in interest rates, the buyers are starting to see that they're going to lose their advantage
Yep,
if they don't jump in, and sellers are starting to feel like they will be able to take advantage of more buyers coming in the market. That's the sense that I'm getting. from
Yep.
people.
yeah, so in the arc of, the arc of opportunity, right? But in most cases, by the time people, by the time the masses get to the opportunity or see the opportunity's already, maybe not beyond them, but they're not getting the best opportunity, right? It's those first movers who decide that, that there's an opportunity in the future or in the near future that they want to be a part of, that really get it. The people who are buying today at that like 6.5 are going to see that rate reduced over the next few months, and can renegotiate their or refinance their loans. But what's also going to happen is more people are going to come into the more into the buying pool, and
Were you on that thing that
Barry?
Amy had last week? Yeah.
Yeah.
There was an interesting stat. Did you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the one thing I really took out of that was for every percentage of interest rate drop, and these obviously are national numbers, 5 million buyers come into the market. I mean, that was a really big takeaway from that.
And
Let's also. Oh, there I am.
we hear you, Andy.
That also doesn't include just new household creations either. So we have a whole slew of new generation that are also coming into the market that haven't quite stepped their foot in.
First home buyers,
What's that?
first time home buyers, home buyers.
Yeah, first time home buyers, but also, I mean, there's millions of people that have just been sitting on the sidelines that sure, they could be first time home buyers, but they've been sitting and waiting it out, right? And then you've got a whole another generation of folks that are coming in just because of their age and because of their a new age group, right? A new generation.
Yep.
And tailing off that, just this morning on the drive here, fighting traffic on the 10th, I was listening to a podcast, and studies have shown that 92% of the young generation, like millennials, will seek a referral when doing anything in real estate.
Well, that's part of the lexicon,
They won't just go online. They would much rather, like, if somebody says, hey, use Christina. Oh, okay. And they'll contact you, as opposed to, oh, look, it's a person on Redfin. Let me get that person.
Well, I mean, I think that's a huge piece of Tiffany's, if you want to talk about that age group. I think it's a huge part of Tiffany's business. She is referral, and that age group, they all, she is the agent of that, her peers, right? To your point. And yeah, they all go off referrals. I'd say, Tiffany go, I use her as an example because she fits into that age group, right? That they're looking at the Yelp reviews. They're looking at they're asking their friends. They're sharing with their friends when they have a great experience. It's like a friend group, Angie's List, right? We have our ALC text chain, right? We leverage each other for vendors and the such, and for problem solving. And so in that, you want to be, I mean, the consciousness of that is you want to be a part of people's support system, right? It's important to set yourself up as the vortex for information and support. Sophia, what did you want to add to? I'm sorry.
Well, I was just mentioning, filling off of what Charlotte took away from Andy's video. Well, very
Sure.
So as more buyers jump into the market, you're still faced with.
No inventory.
with inventory issues, yeah. But, you know, sellers, I would argue my argument to that is the sellers have been holding their breath for a year and a half. You know, people who have it, what's that?
A year and a half.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, sure. When interest rates went off in June, it's almost 2 years, June. What was that?
That's exactly the calls that I'm getting in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Is people that need to move things out of their space.
Yep.
And they held their breath.
they held their breath, you know, oh, we'll, you know, and then there are people who bought forward and said, oh, we're gonna just rent the place for a year. We can't sell it for the price we want. We're gonna rent it for a year. And those people are tired of being,
Tenant.
well,
Landlords.
landlords,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Yep. So here, Dee.
The curious of the conversations you guys have been having with buyers, you know, these conversations about the interest rates and refinancing later, I mean, for me, I don't think any of those conversations are new. I just feel like they're starting to sink in for buyers. I don't know if you guys are kind of experiencing the same thing where they're starting to think rates will come down versus.
There's more confidence.
Yeah,
in the
good
low
word.
payment rates. Yeah,
Good
for
word,
sure.
yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah, and
And they've come down.
oh, they have. And if there's a 5 in front of it, there's gonna be a swell,
Yeah,
right? And the point is, what's the opportunity today in January, right now, when the rates are not there yet? That, you know, buyers are coming back. They're saying, they're seeing the writing on the wall, saying, oh, I can get in now, I could pay more on the debt service piece, but I'll save on the sale price, and I won't have to compete to raise, you know, to push the sale price up at an unreasonable click. So you're paying for it on one end or the other, right?
And
It's a lot
also,
less, it's a lot less expensive though to pay in the short term a higher interest rate and higher interest than it is to lose out on that equity gain position.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think the other thing that, and I think this is probably a generational thing, so some of you may be seeing it and some of you may not, is like, you know, you were talking about millennials doing their thing. I mean, I'm solidly Gen X, and so people are either downsizing, but what I'm actually starting to see now, which has been talked about for years, but I wasn't seeing it, is people leaving California.
Leaving California.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
seeing
close-
that
close to
before,
retirement.
but now I am starting to see people that are selling because they're actually leaving the state.
Well, the cost of retirement here, or, you know, like.
Yeah.
Second life.
So it's just something to file in the back of your mind.
Are they retiring?
No, they just don't want to pay the taxes.
Yeah.
You know, people, they have a lot of equity in their properties. They don't want to pay the taxes. People can work from home and, you know, they're moving.
Yeah, it's,
Nevada, Florida, so.
excellent. All right, great. Let's keep this party.
Great thing is that there's many people moving here,
You know,
as always.
There's
So
always-
like it's a place for
That's
everyone.
what I'm saying, it's generational.
Christina's gonna
Yeah.
put her 2 cents.
All right, guys.
Go ahead.
Bottom line comes down to is the fact that you guys are in an industry that they're saying, what's the percentage, like, what was it, like 50% or 40% of people are not renewing their license this coming year?
Good.
Wow, that
Yeah.
means with, yes,
It's-
with that much buyers that are coming on the market, you know, it's a great opportunity for you guys because you guys are in a market that's going to start transitioning back into a
Yeah,
thriving
yeah.
market. And so those that have taken off their hat and retired in the last 6 months, you're gonna have an advantage over them, you know? So that's what we need to focus on, is the fact that there is business to be had. Let's get to work, you know?
If
Double
your
down.
business machine is already moving, then,
I mean, that's what the business-
capture of opportunity
Oh,
is going to, you know.
Well, that's what the business clinic is for. It's to keep us mindset that December is not a holiday month for us. It's our prepping month, so that when we come on January, we've got, you know, we've got things in a pipeline. We've got things to do, you know?
Yeah, so to that point, Ethan, let me download in my brain in public here. I'd like in the next, twice in January, I'd like to do like a business planning workshop where people break, so we talk to classes 4 times. I'm happy to, get you exposure to those videos, but I'd like to create 2 moments where people could just bring their business planning questions, and we can like put the finishing touches on stuff, and maybe even, all right, so two business planning workshop, just like problem solving, and 1 class just for the 1, 3, 5. Okay? All right. But like in the next couple of weeks, I'll do all of them because it has to be done.
We're almost
This is
in
the time.
mid-January already,
Yeah.
so if you
Yeah.
guys haven't already got,
Yep.
hustling.
What you're doing now is for April.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's Martin Luther King Day is coming up
On Monday.
on Monday. Wow. Okay. Let us, our lovely diversity group gave us this video to watch. So minimize.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. Let's get more videos show.
I would love an audio on that video, but I love the sentiment. I hope it wasn't passed by of this holiday not being a day off, but a day on, right? And a day of reflection, a day of service, a day of pouring back into your community. I love that concept, and I think it was, and we characterizing myself as an older adult, but my history on the planet and my experience with Martin Luther King Day maybe more impactful than someone who was born a little later, right? But I can assure you that he's a person of substance that you want to look at and you want to learn from, and you want to and of course acknowledge, but that in his time on the planet, he contributed to our society in a very, very substantial way, and that I think that it needs to transcend generations and be acknowledged for many, many times, for many, many years to come. So for those of you who didn't have the firsthand experience with that, we see how it bubbles up in our society, how racism bubbles up in our society, and it will continue to, right, on and off. But Martin Luther King is a great source of inspiration, and just logic and heart, just the perfect mix of all, right? It's a beautiful human being to be acknowledged. That makes sense? right? And how do I get out of there? Right? No? It's- It's connecting, and it's just not moving it. Oh,
Expertise are.
no, I got you. I got it. Oh.
Another one?
Which one's this? Happy Korean American Day. Is that today? Holy bananas, Christina. Why didn't you remind me? In Philadelphia, they're celebrating.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
So hilarious that they're in Philly too.
Is there a big Korean?
Not that I know. of. But that's today.
All right, Happy New Year and Happy Korean American Day. This is January 13th. It's National Korean American Day, and we celebrate it here in Philadelphia as well. It's a wonderful thing because in America, we celebrate the people who've come to our country. And I can't think of another country where you could have days like Korean American Day. And so it's not only for Korean Americans, it's for everyone to celebrate their brothers and sisters who live in this country and work right by their side in making this a great country of democracy and high ideals.
Bravo. What are you doing special next week? All right. Okay.
What are you cooking?
Happy Korean American Day. Let's honor it with our energy, let's honor it with our voice, and let's honor it with political power. Thank you.
All right. That was, all right. So we have some new agents joining this week. Devin Frank is one of them who is not here.
But it's so
welcome.
nice to see so many new faces
Yes.
here, and maybe they can introduce themselves, like.
Okay, well, Toby can.
Welcome.
Welcome, Toby. I just introduced you. Welcome, Toby. Also, welcome, Russ. Russ here?
He's in Ignite.
He's in Ignite right now. Okay, excellent. He looks, Rick Perry also. Here goes Rick. And welcome, Gabrielle.
Lago
Lago
Negro,
Negro.
Lago Negro.
Lago Negro. Okay, all right. Work on that. Welcome, Gabrielle. Or is it Gabriel? Was it
Gabriel.
Gabriel? I always mess those two up. All right, coming up, family reunion, the 25th, 29th. Still, there's still tickets available, even though they said it was sold out. It is not. And anyone who's ready to go, let Brian or myself, Brian or Ethan know. Surprise me. Top 4 reasons to attend family reunion is the industry's biggest training network and cultural event. Joined 15,000 plus. It's probably going to be closer to 20,000 this year for sure. We lined up a keynote speaker jackpot. Both Mel Robbins, who is an amazing speaker, Tony Robbins, and Gary Keller all will be keynote speakers at this event. Three. Was that his wife? Mel Robbins? No, Mel has her own. Mel's a person unto herself. I don't think she has any association with Tony.
Yeah. But she's lucky with her last name.
Except the last name, yeah. Explore the latest command updates in person. Feast your eyes on our AI. The AI is going to, I know they're going to do a big release on AI this family reunion. Also, Vegas, baby. Need we say more? That's a change in what they used to say about Vegas. They used to be like, no, go out and get crazy. Family has, and there's the register now button.
And if you're a YouTube fan, there is a show on the 24th if you want to get in early. Tickets are not cheap, but it's worth it.
Which one? The Sphere?
It's the U2 at the Sphere. They're the 24th is the only.
What's that cost? Like $800?
1 billion.
More? It's more than that?
Now it is.
Wait, like how much? 1,200?
Depends what kind of seats you want.
I saw
I'll take
I
it
saw
back.
you too in 1982.
I know you're not
In
a
a
fan.
500 person venue
Yeah.
where
I've
you
seen
could
it.
touch the ceiling if you were tall enough.
And in the Sphere, you feel like you can.
As
As well. It's a very amazing.
Which show is it?
I got some
Oh.
Bono sweat on me in that.
I think we
one.
all did.
To get on stage?
Yeah.
You run around a lot.
It was like a room,
Not.
just like it.
It was your fraternity house.
Like-
That's where
No,
they
no, no,
started.
no, it was the East Side Club.
If somebody gave you a lot of money for Christmas and you're going to family reunion, I do recommend.
For
going.
that
I've
show?
seen you
For
too.
my show? They were like $5.
$5
$10.
I don't know, that's what I heard.
That's why I love it in 1982. All right, get it quick. Morning show, never go wrong with 9 AM. You don't have anything better to do at 9 AM than to get on that call for a half hour and get pumped up. Lauren and Tracy do a magnificent job at that. Starting Ignite, all right, define your value, generate your leads. We're just a little bit into Ignite. 15th is Monday. I guess that's Martin Luther King Day. That's what I'm asserting. And that's, and then there's no classes. And then 16th, capture leads with open houses, capture leads with social media. Chrissy does an amazing job. For all you new agents, when you do the classes, make sure to check them off on your in your little portal there that you took the classes. So a lot of people think we look and see who's taking classes, and a lot of people, I get to people and they say, "Oh, well, you took the class," and I said, "Well, you didn't mark it off in your on the site." The tech classes this week, you have new to your database with email campaigns on the 11th with Scott. You choose on the 12th, and then on the 15th, command overview, setting goals for 2024. New paid ads 101, one of Ethan's favorites. He loves a paid ad campaign. Is that correct? Did I say that correctly? Today we have our healthy okay, that's today, right? And he is here, right? Lance is here. So Lance from Healthy, Lance, what's your company's name?
What's that?
What's your company's name?
So I'm actually just a KW agent who's just
Uh-huh.
passionate about health.
Uh-huh.
Different.
You wanna come over here, Les?
Come on,
like
come on,
in front of the
Step
camera?
into the light, Carol Ann. Come on.
Oh, yeah. What's up? I'm Lance. I'm a KW agent, and I've actually taught a couple classes here before. I don't know if, I think I recognize some of you. Yeah, I do downline. I also taught a class here, how to get 100 5-star reviews in 3 days. And now we're just gonna talk about health. I'm very passionate about health, and
Lance took bowl. And
Yes, I
he
did.
Scootered to bowl every week.
I did,
How far was that from where you?
like 2 miles, so.
Oh.
Oh, look at a wall.
Like from here,
You can use that electricity. for.
Yeah.
So, but
Awesome. So yeah, after this, we'll be in the training room, just talking health, and I'll have some juice and just have
excellent.
some fun.
We look forward to it.
Awesome.
Snacks involved?
There's
agents
juice.
love-
There's juice.
The agents love juice. Okay.
Especially if it's mixed.
Yeah, there you go. Mixers. Okay, so, visit Lance after after our little meeting here. Mentee group today, 1 PM. We're not doing 1 to 2. We changed that to 1 to 2, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Broker class today, Trace.
I know.
I'm like, I have ADHD. Everybody whispers, I hear it. Today, Rich is going over all the revisions, zip form revisions, and that's all the contract revisions. He will be going over some new details today at 4 o'clock on Zoom. MRE, KW. Oh, that's good. I have to slow down my lips. Right, KWRI has started a MREA book club, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent Book Club. I think this is a great. We did this a few years ago, and it was really great to go through it together. The MREA for me and my creative / ADHD brain or ADD brain. It's a little textbooky, right? They're models and systems, and for me, it's difficult for it to come to life. I had to read it like 4 times, and you'll see my version of it has tabs and written all over it, and I think it's really great because this is a way. This is what top agents do. These are the models that we use both in all of our teaching and the business planning, and it's the path, right? You get to be yourself on the path, skip, jump, sing, dance, do everything you do that makes you special. But the path is the path, right? You have to systematically connect with other human beings for the opportunity, right? And so this is what top agents do. It's a great way to learn it through an interactive environment in this book club. So it starts Thursday, January 11th, and it's going to go from 1 to 2 p.m. I don't know if that is. I would assert that's Central Standard Time, which is 2 hours ahead of us. Was that?
Pacific time.
Pacific. Oh, this is Pacific. Oh, you changed it already? You can dummy down for me. So it is every Thursday, 1 to 2, starting on January 11th, and then every Thursday after that. Go.
Does that mean the recordings will be available after the entire book club's conclusion?
Recordings will be available on Connect after the book club's conclusion. So
after the whole thing, not
after the whole.
Okay.
Yeah. After they get the whole picture, they want to see what the whole picture looks like. Right? But I would absolutely encourage you to participate. You get more out of being a part of the conversation than reading videos, and I would assert that most human beings do. Okay, dive into the details of DocuSign. What is that, Ethan? Why don't you tell me? There's an Evite for it. Dive into the details of DocuSign. Oh, this is for the class we just talked about?
This is a different one. So this is a DocuSign class, it's a 2-part class. It starts tomorrow at 8 a.m. to 9:30, and then just talk about how to use DocuSign. Right?
Well, it's a little. There are lots of things you could do with DocuSign. As a KW agent, each agent gets a free DocuSign account. The DocuSign account you get has an add-on that doesn't come with the normal DocuSign account. It's called DocuSign Rooms. It's a little complex to get started, but basically Rooms is a virtual environment that you can bring over all of your documents to, all of your blank documents, and you can administrate a single deal in a room, right? In a virtual environment where everybody gets, it's a collaborative environment where your clients have access to it, you have access to it, compliance has access to it, and you really don't have to go much further than there. They can do all their signing in that environment and all their communication and everything. So it's a great new tool. This class will get you started in understanding what that is, right? Like, Tracy is going to do A to Z of listings. Tracy Toffey is one of our agents on the West Side. She does a lot of business out in what is that place? Castaic and those areas, and in those areas they do a lot more volume because the unit prices are a lot lower. So they're doing a lot more volume. They're doing a lot more listings. Tracy's a great listing agent. Has been doing it for a while and really, really attentive to producing a client experience, right? And that is on January 16th at 2 to 2:30. 2 to 3:30, 1.5 hours in the training room live. It's it's a must. That would be Ethan, I'm going to assume. The database cleanup. How exciting.
So exciting. A few weeks ago, I talked about merging contacts, but now you can actually, Command is replacing my job, and we'll find the duplicates for you and do a database cleanup.
That's not your highest and best use anyway.
It isn't, so I'm grateful that this feature exists. And you should be too. So database cleanup in the settings, you're just gonna log into command, and then in settings right over here, you can click on contacts on the left, right? And then you just click this database cleanup button, and it will actually go through all of your contacts and check for duplicates, and it'll show you all of your duplicates here. And then you can just click merge on the ones that you'd like to merge together. It searches for duplicated names, email addresses, or phone numbers, and it easily merges those for you.
Can you go back? I'm so sorry. Can you go back?
Sorry. So you're
No,
going,
like to the next page.
so you start in settings right here,
Okay.
and then on the left-hand side, there's the contacts tab here, and then database cleanup. Right?
Has its own tab.
It does.
So this one, so it shows you here one contact and the other one. So I guess it sees the same phone number, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. So you can merge them, you can edit them, and then it'll export a little spreadsheet for you so you can see which contacts they've cleaned up. I think it's a super useful feature because I've spent a lot of time with agents going one by one, trying to find the duplicates.
You're only in the C's.
You're on your own.
Now.
We've been meeting, what, for 3 months now, looking for duplicates basically, so, this is a great feature, yeah.
Well, now you do
Can I go
yourself.
back for a minute? There's two different names I should bring up. So if you have,
You would probably not merge that one.
so you don't, so it wouldn't show both names, even if it has the same phone number, it would merge with both names.
Wouldn't merge.
I would ignore that particular one.
It's probably an
I would
Or
not
you can
merge
edit the
that
phone
one.
number and
Yeah.
figure out why do they have the same number?
Yeah.
Yeah, are they related or do they work at the same company?
Right.
Because that happens, like if you put agents in your database, that might happen because of the office phone number.
Yippee-yi-yo.
So if you want to set up a time to do that, then reach out to me and we'll sit down and it'll be a quicker appointment.
Or you just try and do it yourself.
Or you can try to do it on your own.
Reach out to Ethan. How's
But,
that?
yeah, but I don't mind helping.
Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. All right, core services. Andy.
Hi, everybody. You always tee me up so perfectly, Joey. Hopefully everybody had a chance to get on the call last week with Barry Habib, industry expert extraordinaire. Hopefully it was useful. Lots of great little tidbits. I heard an analogy to Christina's point about people getting out of the business and not renewing licenses. This goes for loan officers as well. There's something like 2/3 that are not renewing their licenses this year. And somebody said, we're in the final round of Squid Games. So if you've held on and you're holding on, there is certainly a light at the end of the tunnel. So just to sort of recap, I'm not sure if Atati threw in a couple of slides that I sent over. Barry had talked about a couple of tools that I have that I'm happy to share with everybody. We can customize them. This first one is the cost of waiting. So to Charlotte's point, all of a sudden people are finally believing and catching on, and the confidence is growing in what's really going to happen with the market, right? The cost of waiting is legitimate. Earlier I mentioned the price of paying higher in an interest rate, even if it's a 1% higher in interest rate, the short-term cost difference versus waiting out to buy 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years is substantial. Not only are you missing out on the equity growth, you're also missing out on tax benefits of owning. This cost of waiting analysis, Barry mentioned on the call, I am happy to customize for anybody. If you have buyers on the fence, if you have sellers on the fence looking to make a move, selling a current property and moving to a new property, this is a great graphic to show them that the reality is rates are going to come down. Eventually, the person purchasing will be able to refinance and lower their costs while they're gaining this wealth in equity. So this is one piece. Again, I'm happy to, I've had a few of you reach out I know I've mentioned these tools and stuff before in past meetings, but I think now it's more important than ever. I feel like people are finally getting off the fence and believing what we're saying, right? This is another tool, snapshot, graphic, whatever you want to call it, equity gain and appreciation. These numbers are calculated on a historical basis. So I go in and I plug in LA County or a specific zip code, and it will show me and show the forecasted appreciation amounts as well as the historical forecast, right? And some years are better than others. We saw in 2020 a 20%, 40%, whatever it was. These are historical numbers, but these are this is actual data that proves the cost of homeownership and the wealth gained is real. And the longer you wait, things get more expensive, and it's shown here in appreciation numbers. I think there's another one in here too. Hold on.
At points, you need to generate these documents.
What's that?
What are the data points you need from the agent to create?
Well, so the cost of waiting, you know, obviously the numbers are going to be different depending on the scenario. The cost of waiting on $1.5 million house versus an $800,000 house are going to be different. I'm happy to customize it to anything. If you have a buyer that's on the fence that maybe they're pre-approved or they were pre-approved a year ago at 800,000, let's throw in an $800,000 price point, or let's throw in a $900,000 price point.
It's the price point.
It is the price point for the cost of waiting, right? This again can be customized to any price point as well. Price point and down payment are obviously the key factors in calculating.
This is your property value. This is more like a seller tool. First one, buyer tool. This is a good seller tool. So if you give me the estimated value of a property, you can alter it to reflect more relevant numbers.
Exactly.
Is it both like for buyers more, or
No,
which one do you think?
the first one is for buyers, right? The second one, the cost of waiting, is for buyers. I would say the equity gain is really geared towards sellers or
Still buyers.
Still buyers.
Still buyers. Oh, all right.
Because otherwise the sellers are just.
Like they're gonna hang on the
Yeah.
front.
Got it. All right. Okay. All right.
The next one, Barry talked about a blended rate calculator. So sellers have been sitting on the fence to sell their properties because they're sitting on these incredible rates of 3%, right? On 30-year loans. And they go, oh, I don't want to ditch my 30-year rate. This example isn't a great one. If you have a seller that is throwing back that argument, a legitimate question is, okay, what does the rest of your debt look like? The consumer debt is at an all-time high. And if we're talking, maybe parents took out student loans for their children, maybe there's car loans. A car loan right now, the average interest rate on a car loan is 9 to 10%. Credit cards, the average interest rate on a credit card is 22 to 25%. So if somebody, okay, great, you're sitting on this 3% interest rate on your mortgage, but you have $100,000 in extra debt, we can plug in a specific scenario for somebody and calculate what their blended rate is. If we're talking a 6 3/4% interest rate on a 30-year loan, and they sell and get out from that 3% mortgage, but they're able to pay off that $100,000 in debt and still buy a new property, and ultimately their bottom line either stays the same, maybe it gets lower, maybe it goes up by $100. All of a sudden, the debt relief is the real advantage. And eventually they'll again be able to refinance. Even if we're talking a 6.5 or 6 3/4 interest rate on a new property, eventually it will come down and their total overall position is better. I mean, talk about relief, right? So the 5 million buyers that come into the market when rates drop, this is a good piece for sellers that are sitting on those golden rates, right?
Yeah, this is the one for sellers. And Andy, I'm curious, is it possible to get like the PDF of the Barry's presentation from last week?
I am going to send out the full recording as soon as I get it.
Okay, and is there any way that they might have like the slides by any chance or no?
I actually took screenshots of the slides, so I can send out the screenshots that I took. The ones that I thought were the most valuable, and just more easier to explain. I can send those out when I send out the full video. I'll send out those screenshots.
That would be amazing.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I think there's one more.
Oh. Bam.
There you go. Buyers. This is obviously a higher price point. Again, we can customize this to anything. If it's a $500,000 condo or it's a $3 million house, we can go, what does it look like to buy a $1.85 million house versus renting? We can throw this in. If somebody is paying $7,500 a month in rent or whatever it is, I think in this case, I put $6,500 for the rent. This shows over the course of 10 years, not only the appreciation gain of this investment, you buy a $1.85 million house, you put 20% down, shows the appreciation gain again, based on historical averages, which are a bit low, to be honest, right? If you're talking all of LA County, certain parts are going to have higher appreciation than other parts and so forth. So this is conservative. We look at the appreciation gain over 10 years, also factor in what they've paid down on the initial loan, right? And then you've got interest rates, you've got the total net gain of buying a home in 10 years is almost $1.1 million. And that doesn't include the opportunity of refinancing down the road. This scenario is based on current rates, right? So if your payments come down, that puts you in a better position. And the truth is rents always go up. So over a 10-year period, you could see the blue line and the purple line, rents go up, but this blue line of the cost of housing remains the same. And then you've got tax benefits and so forth. So again, this one can also be customized. And if anybody wants to have their information co-branded on these pieces, on any of these pieces, I think MBS Highway requires like a $5 fee from agents. You can go in and put, let me know if you want an invite for it. You go in and upload your photo and so forth and your information. The $5 is a RESPA requirement so that we're in compliance. And then you let me know what you want, what sort of graphics you want, and we can spit them out. It'll have your information on it and you can mail it, tag it all over the streets, whatever you want to do, you can do it and it'll have your information on it.
Perfect. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah. The other thing too, really quick, for March 20th is when rate cuts are speculated. So keep your eye on that. And then CPI data comes out tomorrow as well. And we're expecting a drop.
Yay. It's all good news, right?
It is.
What is the like general rate right now? Like which number? 6.25 or?
No, on a conventional loan, they're hovering about 6.65, about 6.65, 6.75. A jumbo 30-year loan is about right around 7%, like 6.99. FHA is a little bit lower, about 6.25, 6.375. Also keep in mind too, in terms of people maybe sitting on the sidelines, all those folks that were on the writer's strike and the actor's strikes, they hit a major pause button, right? Obviously their income was on pause. I have a ton of clients that have come back around and they don't quite fit in a normal cookie cutter type of loan. They fit really well in like a 1-year tax return jumbo program. Those folks that were sitting, waiting for the strike to be over are a huge pool, especially in LA. So food for thought.
Great, Andy. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Hey, Haley, are you there today? Is Haley
Hi,
with us?
guys.
How's it going?
Good. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about our farming system title toolbox. And there's one specific feature that I think could be really helpful, especially when it comes to sourcing potential leads. So when you're in title toolbox and you guys create a farm and save it to your account, you can set up email notifications for that specific farm. And when you do this, it's going to email you whenever there's something recorded against a home. So this can be anything from a notice of default, divorce, affidavits of death, a refinance, when a home is sold, as well as like a few other lead types as well. And I think this is really helpful, especially when it comes to making sure you're on top of potential opportunities within your farm. So if there's anyone that needs help creating a farm, getting those email notifications set up, or if you need a title toolbox account, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always here to help you guys, and I really want to make sure that you guys hit the ground running this year and you're not allowing any potential deals to fall through the cracks.
Excellent, Haley. Haley, is that possible to set that same alert system up for your current clients too?
They would need a title toolbox account, but I'd be happy to do that. Or you can also create different types of farms and then create different types of farms specific to each client that they can email to your email, and you can forward that over to your clients if needed.
Great. I guess what I'm thinking is, we have our clients in there, and something changes on their title, and we get to we get the alert, and we get to reach out to them and say, hey, we just noticed that this happened on your title. We just want to make you aware of it, right?
Mm-hmm. I think one way to do that is you can add like individual properties to create like a farm list. So you can make one specific farm of all of your clients, so you're up to date and you're notified when each of those have a recorded item on them.
That's exactly what I was looking to hear. Perfect. Thanks, Haley.
Of course.
Duncan. Hello. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Happy New Year, everyone. So I don't have much in the way of home warranty new news. We do have our new plans out that took effect January 10th. Is that today? That's today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So today, and I mentioned this before, but two really cool features that I'm really excited about are the garage door tune-up and the water heater tune-up. And the water heater tune-up, why are you laughing?
Level of excitement.
Very excited about some.
Actually, I just asked him, no, but Joey, literally, I just texted him while we were in the meeting right now and saying, do you guys, as part of your warranty, does it cover the tankless hot water maintenance?
Yeah. So it does include tankless, and it does include.
Charlotte inquired previously.
Yes. And it does include descaling of the water heater. So it's only $20 to add that on. It is super cool. One thing to note is the service trade call fee did unfortunately go up, but only by $5. So it's now $90, just so you're aware. And then that's all I have on the home warranty front. As always, I have door hangers, and I did include a one-sheeter that myself and a title person put together because it is January, right? And we want to hit the ground running. So these are, I believe there's 12 different things you could do to generate leads in 72 hours. So I have this in a PDF. I could, if you email it to me, I can get it to you guys. Some of it's title focused too, so you could reach out to Haley or whatever title person you use. But one is, I'll just really quick go down the list.
What are some of your favorites?
Yeah, so my favorite is actually number one, send out a buyer letter specific to their needs to off-market properties. So we all know that buyers want to hear about off market. So sending out an individual letter when you get the data from title and you get the homeowners' names and really make it specific to them, that's pretty cool. And then I really like the social media post. Have you had any thoughts of making a move in the next 30 days? One thing I'm working on for my own schedule is time blocking. So I think time blocking is huge, and being able to put even the 30 minutes you spend posting on social media or creating a story or responding to other people's accounts. I think that's really important to schedule that in your day, because we all know we get to scrolling around on social media and wasting time, and we don't want to waste time, right? And then one other cool thing is there's an app called Reach. I don't know if you guys heard of it, and I put on the next slide little instructions on how to use Reach. But what you could do is you could reach out to en masse your clients. You upload a database, and then you could text, email, or call them it systematically does it all at once. So it's a really cool feature. And then one other tool that I've started to use that I really like, and it's associated with LinkedIn, it's called Dripify. But what it does is it creates campaigns and it reaches out to people on LinkedIn in sequences. It is, I think, like $75 a month, but it's really, really cool because it will automate everything just like a CRM will. But it'll take it and it'll friend request them first, and then it has a sequence if they accept your friend request or if they don't. And if they accept it, then it'll like one of their posts, and it does it, you know, hundreds or thousands at a time. So you don't even have to think about it, and it's engaging to them, and it's not. And I think LinkedIn is a tool that a lot of people don't use enough. It's very underutilized social media platform.
In Business Planning Clinic, we unearthed an agent who was really invested in LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Got deals from LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And
And I think a lot of people think of it just if you're looking for a job, but it's really not. It's a great way to prospect. And there are tools to help you with that. So if you want any resources like that, let me know. I'm always here. And I also, because I used to be a title rep myself, have access to title tools, one called Fluid Pro, not to take away from Haley, but that has great homeowner data that I can get anyone set up on as well. Or you could reach out to Haley, but those title tools are something that a lot of agents don't take advantage of, where you could really drill down the data and get the correct homeowner information.
everybody needs a Dunkin' on their team, right?
I agree.
Everybody needs somebody who gets excited about the things Dunkin' gets excited about.
Like water heaters. Water
And I
heaters.
say that half joking, half true, because these are the things your clients are concerned about, right? So, you know, your clients are concerned about the water heater descaling. They're concerned about the, personally, I didn't even know that was a thing, but their garage door, all of the, you know, all of the things that home warranty supplies, they're conversations that may not mean anything to you, but they mean something to your client.
And if you guys, you know, I know I work with agents and you guys work all the time, so I try to work all the time as well. I think Lauren had texted me at like 9 p.m. last night, and she said, if you're still
Started off,
awake.
hey, baby.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Something like that.
She said, are you
Soft serve, Lauren.
She said if you're still awake, which yes, I'm still awake at 9 p.m. generally.
Yeah.
So I try to answer whenever I have two phones, so I try to make myself available all the time.
You were really great, Duncan. I appreciate it.
Of course, of course. And you're one of my favorites, so.
You said that to me, Lauren.
Wow.
All right, we have some happenings. We got the birthdays. Harvey Rosen and Zachary Berger both have birthdays this week. Happy birthday, you guys. Thank you for the lead-in.
There you go.
Lead-in slide, whoever did that. Thank you. Our first capper of the year. The drum roll, please. It's Rob Marin.
Oh.
They told you. All right. And that is, when is your anniversary?
It was actually right at the beginning of the year, so I just reset again.
Slip one in. Okay, all right. Well, you capped. And we're so very proud of you and so very proud to be in business with you. And it's a great honor for me to give you this cap.
Especially for 2023.
Well, he capped technically in 2023. Give me some love. Oh, you're an amazing human being to be in business with. Okay, I'm breathing. Let's take a picture. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Do the Botox filter.
Do you wear hats? No.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you any words of wisdom you'd like to pass on about your experience in 2023?
Well, for some of you, you know that my 2022 was really a rough year because of some circumstances and not a lot of lead gen. And everything, I can say everything in 2023 was all referral based. And even the one that was double-ended, she was a sweetheart of a lady, came from somebody who I've known for years. So That's what I'm pouring into this year is just pouring into my database. In fact, I have Friday, I have like coffee set up and that kind of stuff, and just and trying to set up more referrals.
Well, and Rob is a social animal, right? He is a social animal, and in that he runs the play at the highest level in wherever he participates, whether it's not the Rotary, but the Lions, right? And the Chamber, and he is a part of the tapestry or of his community, right? And he pours into it, and therefore he pours into him, right? And it's not a tradition, it's not the Tom Ferry way of doing business, or maybe it is now a little bit more than it was in the past, but it's not the system that is proposed to be the system that works the best, and it works the best for you, right? And because you pour into your magical powers at such a high level that it makes a magical response. It creates a magical response.
And being in an office that is very supportive of how you like to do business is a major factor. So I'd like to thank you for that. I'd like to thank also Joey, because he recognized that when I first started here, he put me in touch with Tiffany and said, you need to take Tiffany to coffee and talk to her because she's the wizard at referrals.
Yeah. Referrals and just being a part of her community, right? Whether it's a demographic or geographic, hers is more demographic referral based, I'd say, referral/past client based. But again, it looks different for all of you. Recognize your superpowers in your business, and you're going to put a multiplier on that, right? Whatever that is. But how you relate to people, how you connect with people, how you build relationships of trust are at the core of everything you get on. You can cold call strangers and try that if that's your thing also. Right? It's not my thing, but it's somebody's thing, and those people are amazing also. So there you go. Congratulations, Rob. All right, and some closings for the first 2 weeks of the year. Adam Pergamin on Commonwealth, Eileen on Keniston, Christina and Doncher on San Pedro, Tim on Crescent Heights, Eric Schulman on Sunset Boulevard, also Laura Anderson, Tiffany and Rachel, Paul, you, and Michael Flanagan.
Congratulations.
Great job. More closed escrows, Caitlin McKenna, Antron, Josephine, I see you on there. Barentine Group and Byron Field all closed deals in the first 2 weeks of this year.
Wow.
That's a great job.
Excellent.
Guys. Yep. New escrows, open some too. Byron, Charlotte, congratulations, my Charlotte. Stefan Case, congratulations. Rachel and Tiffany, congratulations. Tiffany again, Antron, and Michelle Mena, congratulations on Beverwell. Congratulations on you guys. Great job. Here, some closed leases. Got some people in new houses there.
Christina.
All right.
She has her own slide.
Christina didn't have
So
anything
much
better
for
to do in
10
that
days
time,
off.
but,
No, these were like, what happens is like, I just get the work done and then I have my team take care of all the admin stuff. All these checks were just on back, and,
Oh, they all came in.
and, of course, our compliance officer won't release anything. So it took my team like a month to scramble
To
to
get the
get
paperwork.
all the paperwork done.
Well,
So,
maybe a goal for this year is putting systems in place that,
or I just don't do any more leases.
There's money to be made in leases.
No, I
It's
mean,
just-
even just those,
it's-
the commission was over like, I think it was probably in like 15K just for the leases, so
They add up.
it's not
Do
the
that
worst
every
thing,
month.
but again.
And it's a good lead generation and the
Absolutely.
potential buyers.
There's gotta be a future client in there somewhere, right?
Yeah,
It's just
On with a
paid
few,
lead
Matthew,
generation.
Matthew Lavi, Allen, and Dragon, congratulations on your close lease. Some close referrals, Charlotte. Yeah.
She's the referral queen.
I mean, you did a couple referrals last year.
Oh, yeah.
That's.
And also,
about
I have a
being a
really
connector.
strong referral network. It's not necessarily a KW network. I mean, the ALC does come to me when they sometimes need referral partners, but feel free to ask if you need any. I'm happy to share them.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. No, it only helps you to send more referrals to be a part of that. You know, because the idea is they send them to you, right? She does.
That I do not. Is it working
She
out?
casts the white hat, for sure. Okay. New listings, beginning of the year. What do we have? Laura Anderson on Stearns has a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,905 square feet for 1.25. Jacqueline Jantz, you want to talk about your Delphi listing?
It's bungalow, it's a freshman bungalow, 1 bedroom, 1 bath.
What area is that in?
It's Highland Park.
Highland Park. It's adorable.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Yeah.
And
Nice staging.
It's really nice. Last week I started and the possibility to build an ADU is easy.
Uh-huh.
Of the lot is huge, so even though the square footage of the house is small, there's great possibility for.
Excellent. There's more land to.
How
build.
big is the lot, Jackie?
35.
35. All right. Excellent. All right, Christina Kim on Marcia.
Marsha.
I know it's Marcia.
Nice
The
size.
queen on Marsha.
The queen of
So,
Marcia Court.
no, I mean, we took this listing, the sellers asked me if it would be okay to take the listing down during a holiday week, and I told her it would be ideal to do that. So we took it off. We just relaunched it on Monday. I had a cash buyer come in and see it on Tuesday, and then found out he's a famous singer. I didn't recognize him at the time. So,
Marcia.
Yeah.
Let's hope he puts an offer in on that. Christina's under a strict non-disclosure, you could tell.
NDA.
Dave Bonacor and Linda Shin have 801 South Grand. Is this the one they had on last year?
Yeah.
Trish? Is this one? Same one, Pete?
We're just relaunching it.
Relaunch.
Yeah, just get a fresh set of eyes on it.
All right, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,270 square feet, 22nd floor. Got a nice view. Top floor. Wow. Yeah. no,
You know,
looks
I
like
have a lender who finances in this building. If you have some challenges, let me know.
We don't have the list of it, but I would get that.
Yeah,
We don't even have offers. It's just downtown.
that's such a great building. I love this building.
Which building is it?
It's the Skyloft. But it's a half financial building and then half residential, and that's why you can't get conventional financing here. And so the rates are really high, but the guy my lender actually even lives in the building, so he can finance. Yeah, he can.
Linda would even carry that.
Oh, really? Okay, so I mean, if you need the contact, let me know.
1,200 square feet, that area.
Yeah.
Price per square feet is the cheapest in downtown for a full concierge building.
And how, what's the HOA?
It's 1,100, but it's a full service building. We have another unit downtown. Downtown is downtown's.
Downtown market has taken such a massive hit since COVID and has not been able to recoup from that yet.
The interest rates are really.
And it's devastated the downtown market because the HOAs are still increasing though, because there's no halt in it. So for instance, like the Market Loft building, I don't know if you guys are familiar, that's where Ralph's is. Also, they had a pool leak down to Ralph's for the 3rd time in that building, but their 1-bedroom HOA is $900. And it's because that building,
parking in that building.
that building made a fatal mistake, and when they contracted, the developer did not buy the parking, but they leased the parking from the next door structure. So they had a plan of 10-year consistent pay, and then every 5-year increments, they were going to increase it. They've increased it literally by 15% every 5 years. And so what was originally like a $500 HOA is now $900. So those pricings of those units have not increased. My sellers have had to sell it literally at the same price they bought it 10 years ago. So there's no appreciation whatsoever.
Another thing about downtown, it's got the highest vacancy rate in the country for metropolitan area.
Wow.
It's got over 30%.
Are you talking about condos or
Commercial vacancies.
commercial
Yeah,
vacancies?
so they've lost a lot of the business, all the office buildings, and they're actually being repossessed because they're defaulting on their loans. And so there's probably at least like 4 buildings that I know that's completely bankrupt, billions.
I have an idea. Building actually turned everything over to the bank.
It's
building that now.
Yeah, it's cheaper for them to actually call it quits than to actually pay up the back pay that they owe on it. Yeah, and
Is
so
there any projections that things are gonna come back? I mean, with the Olympics coming and everything.
I don't know if downtown could recoup anywhere in the next few years. It's gonna take them, I think, much longer for downtown to recoup. Given saying that, if as a buyer, it's a great opportunity because you're actually like gouging on these prices that sellers are desperate to get out of because they're in a position where their HOAs are continuously going up. So again, we're talking about anywhere from like 7 to 15% lower in the market value that you actually can secure these properties for. So Pete's listing, that's like built-in equity, $735 for a skyloft for a 2-bedroom for that size. I mean, seriously, it's a no-brainer, except for the fact that, financing is a little tricky. Huh?
It's a different cycle, so.
Yeah, because a 2-bedroom in downtown should be in the 850 to 1 million price point on an average. So even the
Maybe as
Metropolis
if he
2
had a
tower.
tear for an attorney or something that works down there, but lives further away for, I would think there'd be cash buyers.
Yeah, cash buyers.
Cash buyers are gonna take advantage.
Yeah.
Metropolis 2 Tower is still only at 59% sold. They've got 51% of the units still need to sell. That building finished in 2017.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just letting you know, downtown is insane. It's just,
Prices, are they low
they,
prices?
for the first time since they built, they have lowered their prices for the first time. They're also offering 2-year HOA concession. They're offering agents up to 4.5 in commission based on how many units you sell. So the first round is 3%, 3.5%. Second round is 4%. The third unit you sell is at 4.5%. Next Metropolis I sell, I'm gonna get 4.5% commission. It's insane.
These concessions on HI, that's a
Make it a-
great.
But that's,
concession.
the developers need to get out. They just
They
took
need
the
to run.
massive hit. That project just never fulfilled the way that they had intended. The pro forma is just slashed in half. It's
Yeah.
just, the Chinese developers just didn't know what they were doing. So,
Second tower, before they even hit the second tower, it was,
yeah, after Indigo and then first tower, and then they hit a massive hit, second tower 2 and tower 3.
all right, okay. KW Beverly Hills, George Morales, we just looked at this yesterday. 4-bedroom, 4-bath, all, 3-bedroom, 4-bath, all original, lots of original details in this particular house. What's a lot of wallpaper. What's not included in the square footage is another, like, I think 1,400 square feet. There's an ADU, there's a bachelor's ADU, and then like a 1 or 2 bedroom ADU in the back, that I suspect are not.
So bonus 1,400.
Bonus 1,400,
Yeah, now the price
So
makes it a little
35
more sense.
plus 1,400, you're saying?
Yeah.
Plus 1,400 more, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, so it's,
5,000.
it's close to 5,000 with that. I'm not quite sure of the permitted,
Probably
ADU
not,
piece.
because it's
It-
not.
But it's been there for a long
That's
time.
the classic guest house, it's a rental.
Yeah.
But you know what's exciting about the whole fact of the whole
What's that,
ADU?
shepherd's quarters? Chauffeur's quarters.
So,
It's like that sheep.
so you guys also know that, January 1st of 2024, they passed a AB 1033, which means that ADUs can be sold separately as a different parcel, as a condominium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's guidelines, obviously, because you have to implement an HOA, there's HOA fees and all that stuff. But it's giving homeowners the opportunity to buy a home with an ADU and then sell separately as a separate parcel. But they've also found out that you can finance, let's say you buy a property and it's got ADU potential, you plug it into your original purchase price and you can finance that construction loan of that ADU build out. It's insane.
Do you or do you know anyone that can teach a class on that? No, I'm serious, because we've been hearing about this but the mechanics of it, I think, are very vague to most people, and maybe they don't exist yet. Like, is it a TIC? Is it a condo? How,
No, it's a condo. It's gonna be falling on condo.
That was your
Oh, yeah.
contact, I think.
You know who's gonna know the best about this is ADU specialists, because it's gonna impact their industry. So if you wanted to bring in an ADU specialist, that's who you would probably
do you
have,
think
that would have.
we look into that?
Thank you.
Because in some neighborhoods, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be doing it.
They will not be doing it in Hancock Park.
Well, it's gonna devalue the house, right? All right, we'll learn more. Leases, Charlotte has a lease of poinsettia.
That's the worst picture you could have
Is
picked.
that the worst picture?
Yeah,
Oh, come on, that's not very good.
it's pretty bad.
Okay, anyway, it looks good to me. I'm a boy. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square feet, very large, a very large unit. It is $4,950.
Perfect.
Are you two done now? Yeah, hey.
It's not me that's. She's asking me the question.
Charlotte.
Yes, this is mine. I'm really picky.
It's all right, you might want a
You
warm
cannot
fuzzy
show it on your
one.
own. I must be there. I must meet my future tenants.
Okay.
Sorry. I may not keep it up for very long.
No great
I won't
things.
bother, she won't bother.
No
you.
great thing.
If you tell her, if you do exactly what she tells you to do. Linda Roth Burrell has a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,978 square feet in View Park for $5,500. That looks like a little house. Christina Kim on Coolidge has a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 795 square feet for $3,100.
That's in Frogtown.
In Frogtown, in the Frogtown. Christina and Doncher on Glover have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 492 square feet, $2,400 per month. That's also in
Frogtown.
Frogtown.
Yeah.
And Christina and Doncher again on Glover has a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 928 square feet,
Like the
$3,750. Oh, and there we go. Pocket listings coming soon. Tell me. All right, Christina.
Oh my God, get back into the trend of all this. Okay, so all my investors are just looking for new tenants. So I've got a unit.
Tenants?
So I've got a lot of lease listings. So I've got one at 1050 Grand, South Grand, one of the newer condominium buildings, 2-bedroom, 2-bath with 2 parking on the 16th floor, facing South View. Beautiful unit. 4,500 will be coming on the market in anticipating in February. I've got another one, 460 South Spring. I kind of said something about it last year, but then my client decided to lease it out to a personal friend. That did not work out so well, so it's going to be coming on the public market. And that's a studio, super, super cute at the Rowan building. So if you're looking for, that's probably going to be around like, I want to say 1,900. So we're going to be pricing it pretty aggressively. So if you've got someone looking in that area.
Rowan's pretty sexy building.
I love that building.
It's like a nightclub.
It's old Hollywood, super like a gentleman's smoke room, or you know what I mean? Lounge, like cigar lounge or something. Yeah.
All right, anyone else? Pocket listings coming soon.
I have a
Charlotte.
condo coming up today that I'll be listing today. In Toluca Lake, 1,590 square feet, very spacious 2-bedroom, 2.5-bath, built in 2006, 10618 Woodbridge. It's on the first floor, so it has a big patio, big outdoor area. I think it's like 250, 300 square feet. Really nice.
How much?
We're gonna go out at 885. She paid $795 for it a little over 2 years ago. The HOAs are kind of high in the building. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I'm still waiting.
They said it's Van Nuys, then it's Valley Village. I don't know, it's kind of in between there, but the address is 5643 Sunny Slope, single family with an ADU and a pool, beautifully done. Seller just bought this a few years back, just moved out of the country for all the reasons like Charlotte said. But her property, she's also upgrading the kitchen and the bathroom before she sells it, which I don't know why, but she is. So anyways, it's gonna come, she's gonna be done this month. So if you have a buyer, the entry point is pretty good. It's at 1.8. It's really hard to get into a home at 1.8 in that area. So with the pool and a full 1-bedroom ADU.
Excellent.
Oh, mine has ready to issue plans for an ADU too. Sorry. I forgot to
Plans for an
mention that.
ADU?
Yeah.
Approved
We just
plans?
decided not to build it. It's for garage.
I do have a listing coming up probably mid-February, 3-bedroom, 1 bath, mid-century modern, 1952, in a great pocket in Whittier. It's right off the boulevard, but it's super quiet, high demand area. Probably going to list it around 829. Whittier also has a program where they have 5 ADU pre-approved plans. So if you decide to put in an ADU, they streamline everything through and you get it done in no time.
So you can sell it later as a difference in the person.
He wants a need, I have a need. I have a need too. I have several.
Oh, okay. We'll pass pass this part, but we will go on to wants and needs. But it just, we should do like a, you know so much about Whittier and I know so little about Whittier, but I'm curious. I bet you, we could do like a half-day Whittier tour.
There's nothing to see.
There's nothing to see.
I have to say.
Hey, I know Whittier, I'm just saying.
When I had that listing near Whittier, I'd never been to Whittier area before, the La Habra Heights listing. It is so cute out there. The neighborhoods are sweet. It's kind of like picturesque little California living with a grass, a little house, and a palm tree and a pool. Grass and a house. It was really
All in the
adorable.
perspective.
It was really cute.
Very mid-century because Whittier was all groves, many different types of walnut and so on. And in fact, we have some of the original packing houses and now they're converted to different things. And then La Habra was all orange groves and that got converted. Whittier started getting converted like in the 30s and 40s. And then La Habra started taking off in the 50s, 60s, that kind of thing. So yeah, you see a lot of that. You see a lot of just spread out areas, a lot of nice big properties and so on. Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's just, we have somebody who knows a lot about an area that I know nothing about.
Yeah, like maybe like 1 week, like a broker's caravan over there, like that, like Robert.
It's
Yeah.
far. It's like a whole day. So no. I mean,
Linda,
depending on
have-
traffic, it could be 2 hours.
Linda at Havana House, how's that?
Yeah, it's taken me an
No,
hour.
it doesn't take 2 hours.
It took me an hour and 40 minutes.
It depends,
Okay.
well, it depends, it depends.
Yeah.
Like if I were to leave here at 5 o'clock, it can take me an hour and 20 minutes to get home. When I would stay here until like, 10:30 or something, 27 minutes I'd be home.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, it's a traffic thing.
All right. Does anybody have any wants or needs for the new year?
Besides me. I do,
Anybody
but
but
Christina can go first.
Have any wants or needs? We're good nobody. No, all right, well, what do you need?
I want to use the kitchen.
Oh,
It's happening. Joy has made major progress this week. So I want to fill Joy's bucket, like he managed to get some results and
Let's see if.
Feeling the
that really
pressure.
turns into- Well, he's supposed to call, he called me back yesterday, he called me back today, we'll see. All right, Christina, what do you need, honey? What do you need?
For those that work in the South Bay market, I'm desperately looking for a fixer in the San Pedro vicinity area, obviously in the safer part of San Pedro, those that work in that market. And I'm looking for a fixer about million up to $1 million. Fixer SFR, fixer SFR.
Todd and Krista, I'm gonna make sure you're on.
Are they the San Pedro market people?
Yeah, that whole area.
Okay, cool.
Segundo, San Pedro.
Yeah.
Charlotte, did you have any?
If anybody has a lease, in Beverly Hills, specifically around, like between not Olympic, just between Wilshire and Olympic, like within a couple of blocks of Beverly where you can
Beverly
walk
Drive.
to that area, yeah. With some nice curb appeal. Doesn't have to be yeah, it's single family, doesn't have to be big. We could go up to 12,000. That would be fabulous.
Very specific needs.
Yeah, he's not in a rush, just wants to find the right thing.
Anyone else have any wants or needs? Anybody?
just want to give the shout out to the whole office for all of the December events because this is the first meeting afterwards. Like we had like a really nice holiday party. Like thank you for organizing, getting us together. It was so wonderful to meet some new agents and people that don't come to the office often. Like so.
How come our mixer wasn't announced? The one for January.
And if one
Oh,
thing
but the
I,
date is decided, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the?
Next
January-
week.
January 26th. Yeah, what?
I was just gonna say, one thing, have conversations with people. Yesterday, I got rear-ended on Sunday night and so I called the body shop I normally go to. And I said, hey, your website says that you're temporarily closed. And she goes, yeah, she goes, the owner sold their place. And I was like, oh, girl, I know that LA County is not giving out any new car painting licenses. So only the ones that exist are good. She goes, yeah, it's very specific. I said, if you want, I can go ahead and look those things up for you and send you some areas that you'd be interested in. And she goes, oh, that would be great if you could do that. Have conversations with people. You never know where the lead is.
What you'll uncover. Absolutely.
Oh, I have another need. If anybody has any,
Girls.
knows of anything, I have a client who's a good friend who, this sounds kind of lame, but needs to spend $2.5 million on a vacation home. So they're looking everywhere from Arrowhead, Big Bear, Mammoth, maybe beach, but probably more skiing. But it's tricky because they're going to be paying cash, but they want to be able to Airbnb it to cover their property taxes.
Sure.
And that some of those markets are a little tricky. If, I know like David lives up there. If anybody knows those markets and knows of anything, let me know.
Yeah, because Big Bear City is different.
All right, guys, is that it? I want to keep you a second longer than you have to. Thank you for showing up today. It's the start of a new year, beautiful opportunities. Everybody get out there and go chew on something, right? Go turn over a rock.
Talk to everybody.
Right? Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
I don't. Oh my gosh. I'm
Joe, standing up opposite.
Stretch. Oh, I was like, huh, what did that do?
Magic.
Magic.
Charlotte, I want to buy your listing.
Call me at 1.
Why?
Oh, don't forget,